To start my speech, I'm gonna tell a short story. So, my dad and I were out running errands when he let me know that we had to stop at CVS to pick up his medicine. A little background: my dad has really severe acid reflux. It affects his breathing, it makes him gag really bad whenever he eats. He has really bad chest pains, and he's had surgery for it in the past. So at this particular CVS trip, we were going to be picking up a new acid reflux medicine that he hadn't tried yet. Hopefully that would make those symptoms a little bit better for him. We get to the pharmacy, and the lovely cashier lady, she rings us out and she lets us know that the total was going to be a little over $100. I was absolutely shocked. My jaw hit the floor, and my dad asked, what about insurance? The lovely cashier, she responded, "That's the total with your insurance." I was completely shocked. Up until that point, I had never really witnessed him or anyone else pay more than maybe like $50-ish maximum for their medicine. Without my dad's insurance, which is pretty good, the total would have been well over $200. There are a few things wrong with this situation that I'm going to point out. First and foremost, a medication that allows my father to eat and breathe, which it did end up working, and it helps, and he still takes it to this day. It does still cost him that much monthly to this day. It's very expensive, but it would cost him over $200 without his job if he didn't have insurance. Secondly, the price gouging is absolutely ridiculous in the pharmaceutical and medical industry, and it's costing people astronomical amounts of money. And even though those who are insured have insurance that is covered, they're still being forced to pay the competitive prices of insurance companies battling it out, making it really just ridiculous for citizens paying insurance. Stories like mine and my dad's are everywhere, 24/7. Universal healthcare coverage would help in the alleviation of financial burden on U.S. citizens. It would lower the cost of healthcare economically. It would provide a standard of service, allowing all people to have the same care for like a really fair cost. David Himmelstein with the American Journal of Health said in March of 2019 that national surveys confirm that medical bills frequently cause hardship, and the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau reported that they were by far the most common cause of unpaid bills sent to collection agencies in 2014, accounting for more than half of all such debts. Even with social aid programs that we have in place, because we have multiple in place, like Medicaid and Medicare and welfare and all of those sorts of things, too many people are slipping through the cracks of the system, and they're being disqualified for basic healthcare coverage. No one should die because they can't afford their insulin or risk losing everything because of their cancer costs. According to Lori Konish of the CNBC news station, in February of 2019, an estimated 530,000 U.S. families turn to bankruptcy each year because of medical issues. With universal health care coverage, over time, the government would actually be saving money rather than having to pay for the repercussions of countless people's and families going without coverage. Taking our current state of affairs with, the COVID-19 virus that's happening, testing and medical expenses for this virus is already costing individuals thousands of dollars. It's already really expensive for everyone. This universal health care would have already allowed for a balance to be in place with medical coverage with a situation like this where it do have arisen. The Balance, an article written by Kimberly Amadeo in March of 2020, so this is super recent, says that the United States of America is currently one of the only 33 developed, so like one of the more uppity nations without universal healthcare coverage. So were we to already have universal healthcare coverage in place, a standard of service would be expected, meaning that everyone would be able to have the same type of service no matter where they go, and it would be covered exponentially. There have been countless successes with universal healthcare coverage. Australia, Germany, Canada, the UK, those are just a few around the world where the government decided to make the decision to do what's best for its people. Nobody deserves to die because they can't get their medicine.